Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jamie and today's video we're going to discuss new makeup releases. Am I going to put on my wish list? Am I going to buy it or pass over it altogether? This is a series that I do on my channel almost every Monday. And if you caught last week's episode, you'll know how excited I was about a bunch of releases. But I feel like we kind of calmed down and mellowed out a little bit. As always, this video is inspired by Samantha March, who created the Will I Buy It series. So I'll have her Will I Buy It playlist linked down below. Samantha also created a community Will I Buy It playlist where other creators who create this type of video can add their videos so you can discover new creators and hear more opinions on new releases. So I'll have that playlist also linked down below. But without further ado, let's jump into the new releases for this week. So I feel like the biggest release of the week has to be from Jaclyn Hill and Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics. After a long time waiting, we finally get to see what her cosmetics brand is going to release. And she's releasing 20 different shades of nude lipsticks. This is such an on-brand release for Jaclyn because she loves nude lipsticks, and frankly, it's what I thought her first product would be. So according to the Trend Mood 1 Instagram page, Jaclyn is releasing new nude lipsticks. There's 20 different shades, and they claim to be a rich and creamy formula. Not too shiny, not too matte, and cushiony on the lips. They retail for $18 each, and she also has 3 different trios, which retail for $49 each. If you want to buy all 20 shades, the whole set retails for $295. You get free shipping when you spend $45. International shipping is also available. And this will be available May 30th at 9 a.m. Pacific time. I'm personally not going to buy anything from this launch. I do think the colors are beautiful, and I watched her reveal video, and now I'm looking at the swatches from the Instagram page, and I can pick out the colors that I like. But honestly, I have a lot of nude lipsticks. I might be one of the last people in the world that actually kind of likes liquid lipsticks. But once again, I have enough nude lipsticks. I'm definitely going to be checking reviews because I could always use another one, but I can't wait to see what people have to say about this launch. But I think I'm going to have Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics on my radar for the rest of the year because I'm so excited to see what she comes out with. I know Jaclyn's definitely going to come out with an eyeshadow palette sooner or later, and I would love to see what color scheme she creates. So I'm so excited for Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics launch. Are you guys also really big Jaclyn Hill fans? Were you excited to see her brand finally launch, and are you picking anything up? Let me know down below in the comment section. Speaking of lipsticks, Huda Beauty is expanding her shades of the Matte Power Bullet lipsticks. This is now the new Icons collection, which I'm assuming is her summer collection. The claims for the formula are to be maximum pigmentation, cool and warm tones with a diamond-shaped tip, which makes for easy applications. You get intense color that glides on like a bomb, and they retail for $25 each. They will be available on May 27th, which is the date this is uploading, on Huda Beauty online and Sephora. I actually talked about these lipsticks in my May faves and flops video, which is going up this week. So if you want to see my opinion on the formula and whether I liked it or disliked it, you can check out that video. But I love the colors she's releasing. I think that like hot pink and that hot coral are perfect summer shades. My issue is I tend to go for that shade in liquid lipsticks. When it comes to brighter colors, like the red that I'm wearing today, I like liquid lipsticks. They dry down and the color tends to stay in place. Whereas a traditional lipstick, I would end up with hot pink on my teeth in 3 seconds flat, and I am not about that life. So I can see myself purchasing the nudes in this collection, but when it comes to the brighter and more vibrant or the darker and deeper colors, I like a more dry down formula where it's not gonna slip and slide all over. So although I love the colors, I wouldn't get them. But I know a lot of people tend to prefer traditional lipsticks over liquid lipsticks. So I think if you like the colors, this might be a release for you. But once again, I will be reviewing this in my May faves and flops video. So check out that. I think it's gonna be coming the end of the week. Huda Beauty is also coming out with new Obsessions palettes, and these are the Neon Obsessions. There's a pink Neon Obsession, orange one, and a green one. So according once again to the Trend Mood 1 Instagram page, which I always have linked down below, as well as all the resources where I get new makeup from. Additionally, I also have the information about new releases linked down below, including how much they cost, when they're available, and links if the products are already available. But these will be in stores on June 7th, and they launch online on May 30th. So according to the different palettes, the Neon Pink has 5 mattes and 4 shimmers, the Neon Orange has 6 mattes and 3 duochrome shimmers, and the Neon Green has 3 mattes and 6 duochrome shimmers. I definitely think the swatches of these are beautiful. The pink palette's calling my name because of the swatches alone, and I'm not even a pink eyeshadow person. I have to say, I'm kind of disappointed by the green palette. It has 3 greens. It does have a single or maybe 1 green shimmer, but those three mattes are really light in tone, so it'd be difficult to do a really deep green eye. I think the orange one has the most color versatility and it'd be the one that I would pick up out of all three of them. But I don't know. I know the Gemstone Obsessions got mixed reviews, so I'd like to see what people say about this. But there's something about these little obsession palettes. Every time I go to Sephora and I'm waiting in line to check out and they're in the little, area to buy on your checkout, I have to stop and look at them because they're only $29 and they can fit in the palm of your hand. And these palettes are something I'm really surprised that my willpower has not had me buy one of these yet. Once again, out of all three of these, I would buy the neon orange one, but I kind of have to be realistic with myself and think about how often I really wear neon colors because they're not something I wear too frequently. And I just talked about the Neon Lorac palette in last week's video. So I think they're pretty. I am not sure if they're going to be something that I'm going to pick up. So Anastasia Beverly Hills finally released their collaboration with Alyssa Edwards, and it's a new eyeshadow palette. It has 14 different colors, mattes, and shimmers, and retails for the usual Anastasia Beverly Hills $45 price tag. I surprisingly am not going to get this, and I'm the kind of person that buys almost all of the Anastasia palettes. There's just something about this one that, I don't know if it's the hot pink packaging that's like distracting me, but I don't know, I just can't get on board with this one. I love the colors individually. There's that bright cobalt blue, and I've been wanting Anastasia to put a yellow in a palette for an eternity. But I just bought the Riviera palette and I feel like there are a lot of similarities. I actually just filmed a video where I tried to dupe this palette in my own collection and ended up finding a lot of similar shades in my existing Anastasia palettes. That video will be up either this week or the following week, so look for that on my channel. But I like to make sure that I'm adding value when it comes to eyeshadow palettes because sometimes I find that the way they're arranged, I'll be like, oh my God, this is so unique. When I have 10 cobalt blues and 10 purples and 10 yellows and 10 shimmery bronzes already in my collection. I also don't really know who Alyssa Edwards is, so I'm not drawn to the collaboration. But if you love Alyssa Edwards, I've never really had a problem with the Anastasia palette formula, and I think it'd be beautiful. But since I just bought the Riviera palette and I feel like they're so similar, it's not really something I need in my collection. This will launch early access at DragCon in Los Angeles from May 24th to 26th, so that already happened, and May 29th at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on the Anastasia Beverly Hills website, and it'll be available June 6th internationally and in stores. What do you guys think? Are you an Alyssa Edwards fan? Is this something you would pick up? Maybe if I had more pull towards Alyssa, it's something I'd pick up, but I have to say I'm passing over the Anastasia palette. An Anastasia release that did excite me though was her new eyeshadow primer. And I know it's kind of basic to be excited about an eyeshadow primer, but I'm one of those people that can't use concealer to prime my lids. I have fairly dry skin, but my lids are so oily that I need to use a true eyeshadow primer because otherwise my shadows crease and I'm left with just a little line of shadow at the end of the day. And that doesn't really work for me. If you watch some of my videos, you might know that the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Amplifying Eyeshadow Primer is my holy grail eyeshadow primer. But I'm definitely interested in trying this Anastasia one. The eye primer claims to be water resistant and it's a light colored base that creates a perfect canvas for matte and shimmers and pressed pigments. Norvina had her Instagram story the other day where she swatched her shadows and then swatched them over top the eyeshadow base, and it definitely looked beautiful, but I'd love to try like a wear test with this on one eye and the Fenty on the other and see maybe it's a new holy grail or is my Fenty one still tried and true. Once again, this will also be available for early access at DragCon and it will also launch on June 6th. I am excited to try this. I also believe it's coming in a full size and a mini size, so I would definitely pick up the mini size first, see if it even works for me. A release that actually did catch my eye comes from Natasha Denona, and it's her new Sunrise eyeshadow palette. I've often talked about how Natasha Denona releases catch my eye, but realistically, I'm not paying $130 for an eyeshadow palette. But this one only costs $65, and the color scheme immediately grabbed my attention prior to even knowing the price point. According to the Natasha Denona website, this is inspired by the warm glow of a morning sunrise. This impeccable palette contains shades of warm, sunny yellows, crimson corals, earthy browns, powerful pinks, and fuchsias, all made to melt together in perfect harmony. Did I mention this only retails for $65? Which, yeah, for a normal eyeshadow palette, that's expensive, but for Natasha Denona, that is such a bargain. And I might buy it. I feel like I'm talking myself out of this and into this. The net weight is 19.25 grams, which I actually believe is the same amount of product as the Sunset palette. So I think this is so exciting. I definitely want to see it in Sephora and see if it's as beautiful in person and kind of swatch with the shimmers and the formulas, because the only Natasha Denona product I've tried is the mini blush and glow palette. But this might be like a Sephora VIB sale purchase because I love the color schemes of the pinks and the purples and the yellows. Like, I might try my first Natasha Denona palette this year, and I am really excited about that. Were you guys also shocked that it's only $65? Because I'll be honest, that's also one of the main selling points for me for this palette. Shuai Cosmetics is launching a brand new summer collection. It's their Tan Lines collection, and it launches on May 31st. And Jouer also has a bunch of affiliate codes that you can use, but they're also now available at Sephora. The collection comes with a bunch of products. There's the Tan Lines eyeshadow palette, which is $34. I think the reason this immediately caught my attention is because there's color. There's like blues and lime green and a yellow, and that's really stepping out of the box for a brand like Jouer, who typically keeps it more, neutral and basic. I don't think I would personally buy this palette. I have all these colors, and actually now that I'm looking at the photos, that dark blue looks like a purple in like one of the reflections of the photo, so that's kind of confusing me. But I think it's an exciting addition to Jouer's brand. It's stepping out of the box for them, and maybe this is bridging the way for them to incorporate more color. The collection also includes Cheeky Summer Blush Bouquet, which is a dual blush palette for $30. Duochrome High Pigment Pearl Lip Glosses for 2 shades for $17. I think this is exciting. If you're a fan of Jouer, I think it's a great addition to the brand. But as someone who does like color, I have all these colors in my collection already, so it's not something that I need. Another colorful eyeshadow palette release comes from Ace Beauty, and they're releasing their Oceanic palette. I've never tried anything from Ace Beauty, but I know when they released their Paradise collection, where they had those 4 different eyeshadow palettes, the brand caught my attention, and they had a recent product in a BoxyCharm. This palette is already available, and it retails for $38.99, which is high priced, but for an indie brand, you can kind of justify the cost a little bit more. The color scheme is really pretty, and I feel like blues and greens are having such a moment this year. But I also mentioned the Certified Blue palette and the Whale Song palette from Menagerie Cosmetics, so I feel like they're all kind of in the same vein. And out of the 3 of them, I am leaning towards the Whale Song palette the most. This is stunning. That periwinkle blue called Bali and that lime green called Algae immediately catch your eye, and Mykonos was that beautiful, like, light seafoamy shimmer. But I don't know if I could justify spending $4 for a palette that I would only wear every so often. But if you're a lover of color, especially blues and greens, I think it'd be interesting. And if you've tried out the Ace Beauty formula below, let us know in the comment section if it's something you'd recommend. I've talked about in other videos how when it comes to house brands, I really like the Sephora Collection brand. The Sephora Cream Lip Stains are one of my favorite liquid lipstick formulas, and I recently tried out their eyeliner and I'm enjoying it so far. So when I saw Sephora was releasing more products, I immediately got excited. They're releasing face palettes. It includes highlighters, blushes, bronzers, and contours, and they're $58 each, when each palette includes 8 different shades, and they come in 3 colorways, a light, a medium, and a deep. I definitely like that it came out with a light, medium, and deep palette, because I find sometimes with face palettes, people try to incorporate every shade into one, which if you're a working makeup artist, that's awesome, but as someone with a light skin tone, I can't pull off the deep shades. I am kind of surprised this is $58. When Sephora came out with those pro eyeshadow palettes, though, they were expensive. So I guess I shouldn't be completely surprised, but I'm not going to pick this up. I have so many face palettes at this point that I feel like they're kind of late to the game, but it's exciting. And I think if you are a working makeup artist, they have some really good formulas and the colors look pretty. I think the blush colors in the deep palette are stunning, but those would never work on my skin tone. So as much as I want to buy them, I realistically can't justify them. But I do like the Sephora Collection brand in general, so it's always exciting when they release something new. Once again, we're back talking about ColourPop in one of these videos because they release something every single week. And now they're releasing another monochromatic palette, the Blue Moon palette. This is already available and it retails for $12. It includes 5 mattes and 4 metallic shades. This is definitely pretty. I think it's beautiful, and I was kind of concerned they weren't going to come out with a blue palette because they repackaged their Mar palette to blue packaging, and I was like, great, they're going to use a half neutral with the pop of blue palette as a blue palette. So I'm pleasantly surprised to see this. But when it comes to colorful eyeshadow, the color that I wear the least are pinks and blues. So I don't think I could justify an all blue palette. I do have some blue singles, and I'd love to be able to play with them more and experiment more. And then if I find a newfound love for blue eyeshadow, I can always buy this. But as of right now, I'm not purchasing it. Out of all the ColourPop monochromatic palettes, the Just My Luck and It's My Pleasure call me the most. But if you're a lover of blue eyeshadows, I really truly love the ColourPop eyeshadow palette formula. I find that it's bendable, blendable, pigmented, and typically works out really well. So if you like blues, I would definitely pick this up. Plus it's only $12. I am excited to see that they came out with a blue palette, but I am crossing my fingers that the next monochromatic palette is a yellow. So the last release that I want to talk about today comes from Urban Decay, and they're coming out with a heavy metal glitter collection. This makes so much sense for Urban Decay's brand because I feel like they're well known for their heavy metal glitter eyeliners. They were all the rage at YouTube at one point, especially predating the Stila glitter and glows. And I feel like they're so easy to apply a pop of glitter to like the crease or the lid or wherever you really want it. So this collection has a ton of products. It includes heavy metal glitter eyeliners in 8 new shades. It also includes heavy metal glitter gels, which retail for $22. I don't think I mentioned, but the eyeliners retail for $21. The glitter gels are inspired by glitter eye gel from the early 2000s. They have a vibrant, hyper sparkly, and buildable formula for eyes, body, and face, and they last up to 9 hours, and they come in 6 different shades. There are more 24/7 glide-on eye pencils, which retail for $22. You have creamy and metallic with a glitter finish. And then you have ultra cushion lip glosses for $20, which are shiny glitter lip glosses in 4 new shades. This is such a great release for Urban Decay, and I feel like it's so on point with the brand. Granted, I don't see myself picking up much of this, but I could totally see it having a place in the brand. I want to go swatch those slide-on, glide-on eye pencils, especially if they have a glitter finish, and see what they're like. And I really do like the heavy metal glitters. There's a green in there that I am staring at because I love green eyeshadow. I've also heard such great things about the Urban Decay lip glosses. I've been wanting to pick up one in general, but maybe I'll pick up a glitter gloss. Out of all the things though, the glitter gels don't really intrigue me. I don't really wear glitter anywhere besides my eyes, and I have enough Stila glitters that I can pop them on versus a gel, which I feel like might be a little bit difficult to work with. But I'm really excited about this release. I always get excited to see stuff from brands. And I feel like Urban Decay is kind of like that funky, cool brand, and this really fits in with them. Is this something you're excited about? Do you also love the heavy metal glitter liners? Because this is such a natural expansion for the brand. So that wraps up all the releases that I want to talk about this week. I think brands are coming out with some really cool things, and I think I might buy my first Natasha Denona palette. What releases were you super excited about, and which ones just didn't catch your attention? If you like this video, I hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel. I post about 2 to 3 videos a week, and I'd love to have you join me on my next one. There will not be a new makeup release video next week. I will actually be away. So I have other pre-filmed content that will be going up Monday. But other than that, that's going to do it for today's video. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope to see you on my next one.